to talk today about a certain situation where a lady came up to me and she was quite distressed that her mother was 78 and was dating a gentleman who was 82, and her father had only been gone 2 years. Now, I wrote about that in this book because there's 16 widows. Each widow has her own story. You know what? We cannot judge other people's relationships because of the fact that this lady was only a couple of years being widowed, and the gentleman who was 82 that she was dating was only widowed for a little about a year. People were kind of making some judgment calls on that. Well, we shouldn't be doing that because we don't know what goes on in other people's marriages. And in this particular case, the lady had a bad marriage. Her husband was very abusive to her. He was not necessarily physically abusive, but he was mentally abusive. And she never worked, and her husband controlled all the finances. He controlled everything that went on, and she talked about that in her story in the book. And he wasn't very kind to her, but as she said, he was a good provider. He always went to work, they had a home, and this was what she considered her lot in life. And when he died, she didn't really feel any grief for that because the love she had for him had died many years earlier. So when a gentleman came a-calling, as she said, and he came in a suit, and he had flowers, and he held the door, and he was quite, gentlemanly and kind, and honored her as a person, she was just blindsided by it and loved it, and I was privileged enough to go to the wedding. The family, though, didn't quite understand it, and they figured, well, Mom's married, she doesn't need us, and they weren't around as much, and she really missed that time with her daughters. Now, they were around still, and they honored her, and they were good, but not like they were when she was on her own. So if you are a child that has a grown, elderly, widowed mom that is dating again, please let her have that time of happiness because she deserves it. And everybody deserves a second chance. And even though we don't always understand what's going on, we have to, or should, always honor our parents and hope that they have a happy, happy life, and that they always make room for us and we make room for them in that life. I hope this has been of value, and please come back and visit me again. Bye-bye.